Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Welcome to this week's trading live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask down in the chat. We are making sure we are good to rock and roll. But in today's live, we are going to be talking about swing trading. We're going to be talking about how to swing trade with that 9 to 5, some good strategies, stocks with opportunity, all that good stuff. So follow, and if you guys want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's fantastic. We got private live streams, quizzes, lectures, a group chat, but more importantly, we actually teach you to trade. It's not a get rich quick scheme, alerts, or anything like that. So don't forget, you guys can use code FALL to get 50% off. So check it out down below. But let's make sure we are good to rock and roll. And if you guys are in the chat, make sure you guys drop a what's up or a like or something. I appreciate it. But all right, so the number one rule when it comes to swing trading with a 9 to 5 job is this statement right here. It's you are the result of your actions. Now, what I mean by that, if you're somebody that, after you work your 9 to 5, if you don't invest time into scanning for plays, setting alerts, being prepared, setting different order types, guess what? You're probably never going to make it. I hate to say it. Trading is hard. You always got to be one step ahead. So for me, it's being prepared, understanding the day tomorrow, what happened today. Was there any good plays, setups, anything like that showed potential? All that stuff is crucial as a trader. With the 9 to 5, a lot of it honestly depends on your job. And this is what a lot of traders don't really talk about. For some reason, there's like dust right there. A lot of traders don't really talk about every 9 to 5 job is different. Some of you have the flexibility to, be on your phone. Some of you have the flexibility to have access to a computer. Some of you can't go on your phone for 8 hours. Maybe you can go on your phone at your lunch break or your 15-minute break, and that's your trading session. So, how can you navigate that? One of the things that I've done, if you have that job, I would recommend setting different order types and really taking advantage of, pre-market and after hours, because you can set up trades during those times. Most of the time it won't get executed for the next day, but you easily can trade with your 9 to 5 job. Let's show you guys here some good strategies that I love that work very well. So this is a stock here we're holding. It's Walmart. We did sell about 80% of our shares, but this was why we continue to hold, was for a move like this. So before we ever buy a stock here, it's important to make sure that your strategy has a checklist. It's a set list of criteria, before you guys ever place a trade. So yeah, with this Walmart trade, we already captured most of our profit. We're still holding 20% of our shares, but look at this. I want to show you guys why I love this one. And you guys can see heavy support right here on this blue line. Hits it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, recently 5 times. It's undervalued on the RSI. The moving average lines, I really pay attention to on, especially with this one, on this hourly time frame, right? If we go ahead, you guys can see just this great breakout. By the time we got in was near around 97.20. Now, entering here, stops below 95, risking $2 for a possible, $4 or $5 move. 3 to 1 risk and reward. Excellent setup, excellent, play. So let's review that. How can we be prepared? So for me, what I did, going back to that daily time frame, is throwing alerts, right? Throwing alerts, right? If there's a lot of support on certain trend lines, throw an alert there, right? And with Mumu, you guys can throw it all the time. So, that's why I love it. I'll put a link to Mumu down below. And now if you're like, okay, I'll throw an alert there, and then maybe we have, right, just that general downward trend, and you go, okay, I'll throw an alert here, right? Boom. So now you're ready, you're prepared. And so if your phone goes off during the market day, you can execute a trade, right? You can see before this stock really popped up, it traded for 1, 2, 3, almost 4 days. By the time I got in, yes, I was a little late to the game, but hey, we still made money. So with your 9 to 5, these days in here are why you should be paying attention for all these other days, right? So, and now opportunity wise for this week, we have a lot of great potential. One of the stocks I really liked, honestly, was ROL. The kind of move already happened, but, looking at that daily, let's go ahead, get some of these indicators back up so we can see it a little better. Heavy support here on that 90-day moving average line. I knew and I had a great feeling we were going to get some buying pressure out of this thing. So could see a move still from 57 to 59. It's not too bad. The risk and reward isn't as good. And if you guys are watching, make sure you guys like. Don't forget to like and sign up with our school code FALL 50% off. All right. Now, Procter & Gamble, ticker symbol PG, I really like here too. You guys can see here that actually Moo spotted a pattern and we had that general downward trend, so I'm excited for tomorrow. I think if we can get a push, I'm going to adjust this alert a little bit lower right here at about 160.50. If it pops up above that trend line, could be a good opportunity for a nice breakout there. Now, the only downside right now, the RSI is a tad high at a 57, but we've seen a lot of good buying pressure out of this. The daily, or hourly, we're riding this good trend up. So we'll see though. We'll see if it continues to move. If it dips down back possibly to the 158 mark, could be a good entry point for sure. Now, obviously, you guys know GFL, this one here, 200-day moving average play. We'll see what happens with this. It's, super undervalued, 32 on the RSI. EQT, another one. CME is another one here. That nice wick right here does represent some buying pressure. So we're going to just throw an alert right around here. So if it pops up above that. HDB, another banking stock. You can see where it's kind of consolidating here. Sometimes that's not the greatest because that means there's not buying pressure nor selling pressure. It's just kind of flat. Another one is Palantir I like. We got Costco, which is really good, starting to move its way up. We'll see what the trend line for this one is. But let's go ahead. Something like that, we could definitely see here in the next couple of days. So we'll throw an alert there. We got Microsoft I like. Microsoft did dip down a little bit, so we're going to throw an alert. I'm going to throw in at like 500. Good. Anything under 500 for Microsoft does look pretty decent. CrowdStrike starting to move its way up. I want to see how it reacts tomorrow because we've seen a huge spike, huge dip. So we'll see if we can get some more buying pressure or a new trend line to form on like the hourly going up or the 4-hourly. Could represent a good opportunity. Then we got RSG, another one here that doesn't look too bad. I do like the daily on this one. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Downward trend, possible push going higher. But everything looks pretty good here. But yeah, so now as far as it goes here with, opportunity, that's pretty much it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask down below. But other than that, guys, I am all set for today. Like, follow, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, sign up with our school, sign up